And we are live. Boom! 12 p.m. right on the dot. I think this is first. And we are Ben. First to the show. Welcome, Ben. Okay, I want to first make an announcement. For those of you that you've really been, you came here for haircuts and beard trims, and I haven't really done a whole lot of that as of late. Do not worry. Do not fret. Do not fear. I actually have some new wall products in the mail on the way here, so I'm hoping next week we'll have our first victim. And I say victim because, all right, so with the haircuts and the beard trims, okay, currently I'm growing out my hair. I want to get it at least shoulder length, so in the meanwhile, we need to fill this void. I know it's not going to be the same because it's not going to be me, but maybe perhaps I can get my twin brother in here and I can cut his hair. Or we can film him trying to cut his hair. Nonetheless, there are going to be some haircuts and beard trims in the near future, and I think I'm going to call it Dan's Beard's Chair. I think that has a nice little ring to it. So Dan's Beard's Chair, hopefully, and this is all depending on when I get the new set of hair clippers from Wall in the mail. As soon as I get those, we'll be good to go and we'll start that. But great, thanks, Steph, as far as the great idea. Now, I have been receiving, since the last couple of live streams, I just have a plethora of emails pertaining to fitness questions. So I think I really want to gear today's discussion towards fitness questions, being that I guess I can kind of just answer everyone's questions all at once instead of getting a ton of emails, though I really do appreciate the emails. I was just shocked how many there were on there. And again, talking about fitness questions in general. There's other stuff as far as tech and cameras and lenses and promoting products, but the main theme for the emails these past 2 weeks has been fitness and a lot of questions pertaining to nutrition. But there were actually, you know what, there were a fair amount due to workout program design, like people saying I'm not gaining as much muscle mass that I would like to. And then I would ask them, okay, what are you doing for your workouts? And let's just dissect it from there. Well, first I always talk about nutrition, but then after I take a look, this is generally speaking and kind of doing a little umbrella over all the emails. And so the nutrition for the most part was on point, but when it came out to workout program design, the people that were saying they weren't gaining lean mass, they were pretty much training for endurance. And there's a big difference between a workout program catered towards endurance and a workout program catered towards building lean mass. And we'll get into that more in detail as people are showing up and giving their greetings. So Ben is here, Steph is here, Jorge, how to be a badass. Dude, great question. And I myself, I'm still working on the whole how to be a badass thing. Well, a work in progress. So how are you doing, Jorge? Now, let me know, being that I want to start this off as a fitness kind of stream in the beginning, and then we'll see what everyone has to say. Let me know what your questions are, whether they be workouts, whether it be nutrition, whether it be what to do because the gyms are closed. Like, how can we get a decent workout at home? Can we get a decent workout at home? And these are all questions that I have received and gone over. Now, when it comes to workouts at home, if your goal is to, what up, David? Pleasure to see you here, my friend. Now, if your goal is to lose weight, there is no problem whatsoever. You can definitely do that at home. Anything that you can do at the gym for losing weight, you can definitely do at home. You're more than capable to, because it comes down to nutrition. You want to be working in a deficit. And then as far as workouts, total body, just using body weight will more than suffice for losing weight, for losing body fat. And that's going to be a combination of nutrition and a proper workout program. Vinny, what's going on, brother? I'm just talking about more fitness related stuff right now, but we can get into tech stuff depending on what everyone wants to hear about. But I got a lot of emails in relation to fitness, so that's kind of what we're starting things off with. Who else we have? Dean, cheers to you, man. I can't wait to get over there and get that haircut. I'm not gonna let that go. Every time that I see your name pop up, that's what I think about. I think about the UK, I think about grabbing a pint, and I think about taming this mane over here. So what's going on with you, Dean? How's everything going over there? And Vinny, how are you liking the do you have a new gig right now, or what's going on? How are you liking that whole situation? Now, going back towards the workouts. So if your goal is to lose weight and you don't have gym access, so number one priority, calories. Your caloric intake, you want to make sure that you're at, I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but when it comes to calories, you want to make sure that you're burning more calories than you are taking in a day. And the number one way to kind of figure that out is you need to start tracking your nutrition. Otherwise, it's a very frustrating game of guess. So as soon as you start logging your nutrition intake, you'll find out where you are at by calculating what your total caloric intake is for the day. You do that for a few days, and then you make sure and track your weight as well, let's say for a week. And if you're stabilized with your current nutritional intake, that's gonna be your baseline. And then so from that baseline, it's simply just reducing your calories. And a good way to start out from that, and this is being this is generally speaking, let's say based on a 2,000 calorie diet, taking away 500 calories per day. If you do that for a week, that's going to equal out to 3,500 calories. That equals 1 pound. So that's a good place to start in regard to losing weight at home. All right, Dean, all good, bro. Looking forward to today. Right back at you, man. Definitely, it's a good day. Vinny, what are you saying? Loving it, brother. Yeah, man, I'm so stoked. Vinny, Dean, they're all new brand Vikings on the beard struggle, and it's cool to see what's going on over there. So, yeah, man, definitely a brotherhood has formed, and it has already come to fruition. So that's really cool. Now, going into workouts at home, we've got the nutrition. We've touched base. We've kind of a little dab of nutrition talk for you. Now that's just going to be the tip of the iceberg when it comes to nutrition. But for the most part, as long as you can understand caloric intake and what your balanced energy level is in regards to how many calories it takes for you to just maintain your current weight, as long as you can grasp and figure those things out, you're well on your way to losing weight at home without a gym to go to. Okay. Now, when it comes to the workouts, pretty much anything that's going to increase your heart rate, that's going to help with burning calories. Now, there's everything that now you're saying, well, I don't have any equipment to work out with at home, or what am I going to do? And there's so many things out there. One thing you can do is Google body weight exercises. There's going to be everything from squats to push-ups to lunges to burpees to jumping jacks to side lateral raises. And if you are at home and you do need a little weight, let's say for lateral raises with your shoulders, grab a water bottle, grab a bucket filled with something and use that as weight. There are things to get around not having gym equipment at home. And I did put together a workout using a towel and a partner that you can use, and that will actually work in regard to gaining lean muscle mass. So yes, where there's a will, there's a way. And yeah, and again, it's not going to be as convenient in some ways as a gym, but at the same time, it can be more convenient to work out at home. You don't have to worry about a commute. You don't have to worry about waiting for equipment that you might want to use. You don't have to worry about wiping stuff down because of everything that's going on. So working out at home can actually be more convenient than working out at a gym, and that is depending on your fitness goals. Dean, yeah, burpees are ridiculous. Personally, I can't really recall the last time that I did a burpee. To be honest, it's been at least a couple years. But don't get me wrong, I do at-home workouts. It's just I'm slacking in the burpee criteria. But I mean, burpees are a great total body workout, and with me, when I work out, I like to do my workouts based on hypertrophy. So burpees are definitely more endurance based, whereas when I'm working out, I want to focus on one muscle group at a time. Now, that's not going to be the most efficient way to burn calories, but that's not my goal. My goal isn't to burn calories necessarily. My goal is to build lean muscle mass. Tanya, what's going on? Hey Dan, so glad you're doing live chat today. Wanted to say thank you again for giving me the kick in the butt. I needed to start my workouts again. I've lost 10 pounds. Are you serious? Tanya, are you serious right now? That's freaking amazing. And that right there, for everyone watching, like Tanya, she just needed a little push, a little bit. We won't say kick in the butt. Yeah, you know, we'll say a little kick in the butt to get things started. So she just started, what, a couple weeks ago, Tanya? Was this like 2 or 3 weeks ago? And she's already lost 10 pounds. So it's a matter of just being conscious and being aware of your nutrition, and then actually getting your body, putting your body into motion, and boom, it happens just like that. It's funny. It's like a lot of times we think, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. But then you ask these people, well, okay, what have you done to progress your situation? 99% of those people that are complaining and saying, but I can't, haven't even tried. So yes, Tanya is a perfect example of one of those that's actually taken initiative, and she's already lost 10 pounds. Let's see here. Dan, no, he's so sexy. Well, his vids are really good. Well, thank you very much, Eno. Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate that. Let's see here. Dean, I used to do them when I boxed, but never gained love for them. Dean, I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Empathy. The empathy is real right here when it comes to burpees. Let's see. My thing's blocking my messages. Hold on one second. Sorry if I get out of frame right now. I can't see my stupid messages right now. Let's see here. Lost 40 pounds. Thanks, coach. Started 6 weeks ago. Halfway to my goal. Awesome. So, well, there's someone that just said what? Lost 40 pounds. That's absolutely amazing. I know, if you don't mind my asking, what's your full name? And let's see here. I'm 28 and can't grow. How old were you when you grew that beard? Okay, excellent question. And I do get that all the time in regard to being younger, relatively younger. So this person right here, I gotta get this out of the way. There, now I can actually read what's going on. So this person said 28 and can't grow a beard. I was actually in that same exact boat. I wasn't able to really start growing a beard till I was around, I think, 30 years old. That's when it actually really started to flourish. I didn't try growing one until I was like, I think it was like 28. And it was very sparse, but right when I hit that 30, boom, it like started really, it gave me something to look forward to. So there is, for Monster Tune, there is hope for you. Being 28 and not being able to grow anything, don't worry. You still have some time to see, but at the same time, genetically, some people just can't grow a beard as well as others do. So I hope that isn't discouraging, but just being honest. So Tanya started 6 weeks ago, halfway to my goal weight. That is awesome. So Tanya took the initiative. She's lost 10 pounds. And she started 6 weeks ago, and she's already halfway. So here's the thing to take into consideration for those of you that are looking to lose weight. Peace Frog, what up? So for those of you that are looking to lose weight, Tanya, for example, 6 weeks into it, she's already lost 10 pounds. Here's something to take into consideration. How long were or are you in your set ways? A lot of us, 10 to 20 years at least, minimal, 20 to 30 years even in our set ways. And it only takes a matter of 6 weeks to lose 10 pounds. We can lose weight faster, but this isn't a sprint. This is a marathon. And as cheesy as that is, Vinny, come on, man. Vinny dropping $5. Wait, $5 for the for a super chat. You're giving all these free knowledge again. Let's get a ball rolling. Vinny, thank you so freaking much. Going back to, sorry, I'm trying not to lose track. Vinny, you're the man. Now going back to so you've been set in your ways for 20 to 30 years, and this is generally speaking, and it's a matter of 6 weeks, and you can easily lose 10 pounds. That's like a perfect rate of weight loss. It's not unhealthy. It's maintainable. And that's the other thing. A lot of people get on these fad diets, no carbs, this and that. It's like, you can't maintain that. Matter of fact, it's not healthy to not have carbs. I mean, carbs are an essential nutrient. They give our body energy. They're one of the simplest forms of energy for us. So again, that being said, 6 weeks, losing 10 pounds, that's phenomenal. It's maintainable and it's healthy. And Tanya, you're freaking amazing. And then NO, losing 40 pounds, that's freaking amazing as well. So it can be done regardless of whether or not we have access to a gym. Long story, long. Better late than never. Yeah, definitely so, Peace Frog. Let's see here, Titanium Duck. Will minoxidil help my beard grow? Titanium Duck, minoxidil, studies have shown that it will help with hair growth. However, so keep that in mind, it will help with hair growth. Generally, research has shown, but at the same time, it also shows that as soon as you stop using it, your hair won't just maintain, but it'll actually regress to where it was when you started using minoxidil. So as long as if you're using it, yes, studies show that it does work, but you have to continue using it. Excellent question. Let's see here, Sly Giordano. Hey bro, do you use buckwheat in your diet? I don't. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna do some research on the buckwheat. Buckwheat. Excellent question. So Tanya, sorry, not Tanya, Sly Giordano. Whoa! Stephanie Stoven dropping another super chat. Vinny, what's Vinny making me up my super chat? Yeah, so Steph has gone from $1.99 to $4.99. I mean,
it won't let me do even $5.
It won't let her do even $5, but don't get me wrong. You see these super chats coming in from her. She actually makes me work for them still, and she always holds them over my head. So it's not all out of good intentions. Thank you, Steffi. Vinny, you the man. You guys are ridiculous. Tanya, meant to say halfway to goal of weight I wanted to lose. Oh no, Tanya, I was picking up what you were putting down. Let's see here, Chris. Dang, still looking thicker than a bowl of oatmeal as usual. Chris, thank you very much. I'm trying. You know what? For a while, I was losing weight unintentionally, but I've upped my calories a bit. I'm still, even though I want to gain weight, I'm making sure that it's nice and gradual, because if we keep the weight gains nice and gradual, that's going to keep the fat gains as minimal as possible as well. Because if we start gaining weight too rapidly, a majority of that's going to be fat, because we can only gain so much muscle mass in a period of time, and then any additional gain after that, that's going to be fat. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. David Julian Rincon Mendez. Let's see, Rincon, that's awesome. Dan, how can I have a beard as badass as yours? I appreciate that. To answer your question, it's a matter of patience. It really is patience, nutrition, or let's start it off from the top as far as priority. DNA, nutrition, and patience, and beard care. Let's not forget beard care, shampooing, conditioning, oils, balms. They're all going to help with healthy growth of your beard. Okay. Let's see. Monster Tune. The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro? Or WCW Goldberg? Man, shoot. That's a great question. That is a really great question. Man, The Rock or Stone Cold? What does everyone think? The Rock or Stone Cold? Tanya, let's hear it. I mean, The Rock does have swagger. Stone Cold has that like brute toughness. You know, I'm just going to let that ride it out. I'm going to have to think about that one for a second. Dean Gleason, first pints on me, big guy. Bro, knock it off. I'm going to be forever in debt. Well, so Dean, in regard to going over there and getting some pints, I mean, it is going to cost $1,000 or $2,000 to get over there to see you. So you know what? I will greatly take you up on that pint. Thank you very much for that super chat, brother. You're the man. You are the man. I honestly, I can't wait to get over there. Like, I'm super pumped. Like, I've been talking to Steph about getting over there and just exploring and whatnot. She wanted to go to Ireland, which I don't think would be bad, but I think the UK, I mean, there's like Dean, there's like you I definitely want to meet up with, and there's a few others, so that's definitely on the list as far as priorities for places to go. Okay, let's see. No one beats the people's champ. Dean, you're absolutely right. You're true on that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, The Rock does have some swagger. You know what I mean? Not some. He has a lot of swagger, that's for sure. Peace for all. Dan, you're the Aaron Kaufman of bodybuilding and fitness. I sincerely appreciate that, brother. That's quite the compliment right there. Let's see, Vinny, Stephanie. He'll have to make it up to you. My pleasure. Mostly hers, but Vinny, dude, seriously. So yeah, Vinny just brought up Scotland. Like, I can't wait for Scotland. It's gonna be so rad. So that's one off the list as far as Scotland when we go there. And what I think it's potentially it's going to be in September. Brian Chavez, how strict are you on your diet when you are in full swing? New ambassador Brian with the super chat and an excellent question. Thank you, sir. Now he asked, how strict are you on your diet when you are in full swing? And he's also a new Beard Struggle brand ambassador. Welcome aboard, brother. Going to how strict am I when it comes to competition season, when I'm competing? There's like, it's 100%. With me, it's all a mental game, and it's not hard for me to get into the zone. So during competition season, there's no alcohol, there's no strain away from workouts. As far as the nutrition, as far as the diet plan that I have set out, there's no straying away with it. And that's just me. I honestly turn into a robot, and I just eat purely for the macros that I've designed for myself. So when it comes to competition season and when I'm heading on stage, 100% no straying away. Okay, excellent question too. Vinny, fan of The Rock. So Tanya's a fan of The Rock. So Brian Chavez, excellent question. But you know what? don't let that be mistaken, would you say misinterpreted. Like, I will have, when I'm in competition season, I'll have healthy burgers, I'll have healthy pizzas. I just won't stray away. Let's say on a given day, I have for myself 150 grams of carbs, I have 250 grams of protein, and I have 35 grams of fat. Now, with these fat, I try to keep saturated fats to 0 because saturated fats aren't good for us. So in competition season, I will stick straight to, again, generally speaking, 150 grams of carbs, 250 grams of protein, and like around 30 to 35 grams of fat. Now, for some people, this wouldn't even be a cut for them. This would be gaining weight from them. And so that being said, that's something else that you really have to think about when it comes to nutrition, is that everyone is different. I have buddies that I compete with that they drop to 0 carbs or 50 grams of carbs for the day, or else they'll gain. Now, again, going back to what I said earlier in this feed, doing 0 carb diets, it's unmaintainable and it's not healthy. However, prepping for a competition, when you get to where you're 3 to 4% body fat and you're on stage, a lot of people think of that as being healthy. That's not healthy. That's actually I don't even know how to say this. It's horrible for your body. It places a lot of stress on your body. But we don't maintain that conditioning for the entire year. As you can see right now I'm probably like 10% body fat, right around there, give or take. It would be absolutely unhealthy, and it's actually dangerously unhealthy if you were trying to maintain a 3% body fat for the entire year. So that's going to be my long answer to probably could have been a short answer. But Brian, I hope that helps answer that question in relation to how strict I am when I'm actually in full swing. Now, going further into that, so right now I'm not prepping for a show, but I'm trying to stay relatively lean while gaining weight. So I'll have a beer or two, maybe a week. There's more weeks than not that I don't have any alcohol whatsoever, but I won't shame myself for going out and having a couple beers on the weekend. To me, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I'm still maintaining the health. I'm still maintaining, I'm still very healthy, and I'm still maintaining what I want to do, even though I am having a couple beers, a normal burger, a lot of pasta, a dessert that Stephanie makes. So we can be healthy and happy and still acquire our fitness goals. Brian, again, excellent question, and I sincerely appreciate that super chat. Okay, what other questions do you have? I don't have any questions. Oh, this is awesome. Clean slate as far as questions on the thread. So throw some questions at me and let's get into this, whether it be fitness, nutrition, workouts, whether it be tech, cameras, lenses, or like the brand Vikings, promoting content, what works, what doesn't work, what are some strategies to use when it comes to social media promotion. So let me see it, let me have it. And you know what I'll do is I'll go back through the thread and see if there was anyone that I may have missed when it comes to the questions, because I know sometimes I do miss the questions. Let's see here. And I think I got all the questions. So I think that is really good. Okay, now for those of you on here, for those of you that are working at home, what equipment are you using? Do you have a kind of like a gym setup, like a Smith machine or just a normal bench? Or are you using things like bands and dumbbells. I know Stephanie, well, what's Stephanie saying? What's the first thing you're going to do when we're off shelter? Oh my gosh. So this is going to, so Stephanie just asked, what's the first thing you're going to do when we're off shelter? And so this goes into Brian Chavez, you asking as far as how strict you are on your diet, not in full swing of things, but as far as right now. So the first thing that I'm going to do, that we're going to do, is we're going to go grab a pint somewhere, either a pint and a burger, and just get out and support a local business, because I feel so bad for the local businesses and a lot of the mom and pop shops, obviously, and for those that have just opened up new stores in the past few months. And as far as where I live in Clovis, I mean, it was going so well. There were all these new shops, really cool, really trendy, and all of a sudden, bam, shut down. So that's the first thing that we're going to do when this whole situation is done and over with. We're just going to go and support a bunch of local businesses. Dean, okay, when it comes to promoting the beard struggle, do you gain more traction from images or videos? Excellent question, Dean. At this point in time, according to analytics from Instagram, you gain more traction from photos. However, so that's more traction for photos in regards to numbers. But I feel if you put together a video where it's of you, where it features you yourself, I feel that you build more of a relationship with your audience. And I think that has more value than what the analytics are showing pertaining to likes on Instagram, to be specific. So if it's going from numbers of likes, photos do better, they perform better than videos. However, if you're building a relationship with your audiences, which I feel is the priority of social media, you should be wanting to build relationships. A video of yourself, not just a video of just product by itself, but incorporating your video, incorporating yourself into that video somehow, that's going to add more value. That's going to be of more value than anything else. So Dean, I hope that helps answer that question. Vinny, how do you come up with your ideas? For instance, the one where you give a gift of oil and a heated brush. Okay, excellent question. So Vinny's asking about ideas for videos. And so before, it used to be when I was on this might be a little TMI, before it used to be when I was on the pot drinking my coffee. That's where I come up, that's where I am most of the time when I come up with these ideas for videos. But now, as of late, it's actually in the shower, kind of the irony between, or opposite ends of the spectrum, on the pot or in the shower. That's where I've been coming up with probably 90% of the video ideas that I have. And I have a tablet. I switched out my tablet from the being on the pot tablet to after the shower tablet. Sanitation is key. And I just write everything down. And so then if it comes to a point where I don't have anything in my head, I just go back to my notebook and I look at the ideas that I came up with, and I just go off of those. And I think, just like any other muscle, exercising your imagination is very beneficial, and it's all a part of brain plasticity, right? The more you use it, the more you're going to develop that aspect of your brain. So as far as storytelling, or actually story ideas, I really do feel, now that I've really been focusing on that and writing them down and reading through them, I think that just gets the wheels churning, and it's just bam, 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 one after another. Like, Vinny, I already have kind of like a rebuttal, if you will, to that video that's gonna, hopefully, I mean, we might film it today, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, so that's to get the juices flowing for those of you that are looking for ways to increase the production of ideas. Allot yourself time throughout the day, maybe like whether it just be 15, 20 minutes, and just sit there with a pen and paper and write down ideas. And just start off with that. Just every day, give yourself 15 to 20 minutes to write down ideas, and then you'll be very surprised that once you start doing that, that just things just start flowing. So Vinny, I hope that helps answer that question. Now, Vinny, let me turn that question around and ask you the same thing. What helps you come up with ideas that you have when it comes to editing and the graphics that you put together? Okay, how do you come up with Peace Frog? Do you prepare all your food for the week at once, or do you take advantage of prepackaged meal delivery service? So, Peace Frog, great questions. And when it comes down to that, I don't do either one of those options. Well, I do prepare meat for it comes out. Like I'll prepare like 3 to 5 pounds of meat at a time, and that meat will last me for about 3 days. But I do different things with it. I don't have like said meals every single day. Matter of fact, it's very seldom do I have the same exact meal throughout the day every day. I like to kind of just mix things up, and it's actually a lot better for your digestive system. And I'm not one that has intolerances to food, and I do believe that those intolerances are built up because of people that just eat like robots and they don't process anything else except for a couple specific items. So I don't prepare my food for a week. I do prepare like meat at times in an amount that'll last for 3 days, but I always switch it up. Like I'll have burritos, tacos, hamburgers, pastas, and I'll just integrate that meat within all of those meals. But I like to have my meals fresh, and I just cook them as I go. And now that, and especially with the given situation, it does make it a lot easier to just cook as we go because we are home most of the time. So Peace Frog, I hope that helps answer that question. Blue Bidoo Blue did Voodoo Iron Master Super Bench and their adjustable weight set up to 165 for me. That's a nice little setup right there. Marshall Thomas Cookbook. Man, I really do want to get some kind of a bench. I do have right now. I have a Bowflex system, and it is great because I was going crazier prior to having that. But for really lifting heavy weight, I need to get a bench or a Smith machine. I'm leaning towards. I do want to get a Smith machine with a bench. That's going to be the next thing that I do throw in the garage. Dean Gleason, appreciate that, bro. I've definitely noticed posts perform better if you're in them yourself as well. Yeah, it really does. Because any human being, or most human beings, are going to relate with a picture of another human being as opposed to just a product. Because when someone just sees a product, they're like, "Oh, someone's trying to sell me something." And so, so there's two things. Humans are more prone to build relationships with humans as opposed to an inanimate object. And if you just throw that product up there, it's done, gone. Tanya, in regard to what equipment I use a stationary bike, excellent. A lateral mini stepper, awesome. And just got an elliptical a couple weeks ago. Also have been using resistant bands. So Tanya, you're definitely on top of it. And all of that is more than enough to accomplish your goal. And your perfect case scenario, and you kind of just, I kind of lost my train of thought. You're a perfect example of the fact that you don't need a gym. You get some equipment and you're good to go. Marshall Thomas Cookbook. I'm going to keep lobbying for this. Marshall, every time I post one of my little creations on Instagram, he always tells me to make a cookbook. Freaking awesome. Maybe one of these days I will, but and you know what? The cookbook will have a common theme: teriyaki sauce, Frank's Red Hot, barbecue sauce, and ranch dressing. So those are going to be the 4 key components to pretty much anything that my cookbook would have in it. Vinny, yeah, man, that's great. Thanks for that. Let's see here. What's it like you, I imagine the scenes in my mind and try to write down a storyboard, then start filming. With the editing, my thing is to try to make every transition and clip change to the music. Yeah, that's excellent. And it keeps the viewer's attention, especially when they're rocking to the beat of the music and then the story's flowing to the beat of the music. So that's excellent. As far as sound engineering, that's the way to go. You cut to the music and then also implement those sound effects to just add to the story and add a little extra punch. Sound is so crucial, especially with the delivery and actually the reception from the individual, because then it's not only sight, they also have hearing to go along with it too. Marshall Toms, don't tease me, my 4 faves. Man, you know what, Marshall, perhaps you and I can collaborate on a cookbook together, especially being that those are your four main condiments as well. Let's see here. Vinny, if you watch any of my edits, everything is to the beat. Everything else, I just wing it and make up as I go along. Yeah, and you know what? That's also a good point. It actually helps you maintain structure and flow when you chop to the beat. And then going back to the storyboard, I've found a lot of times, well, I guess I kind of mix it up, but I find like if I do write out a storyboard, that helps me with actually putting the production together, as opposed to just having a general idea and just starting to shoot stuff. I think having that storyboard helps with the workflow and being concise. That way you're not having to kind of shuffle through a bunch of content that had no purpose and trying to pull stuff that does have purpose out of that content. Does that make sense? Marshall, yeah. Peace Frog, you should have the lovely Steph join you for a live session sometime. You know what? I think I was actually talking to her about that, as far as bringing her on here and maybe even having like a little workout thing with Steph on here. But you know what? Next Wednesday, you want to do a stream together?
It's a date.
Steph said it's a date. So next Wednesday, it's going to be the Steph and Dan show.
I like it.
Okay? So, excellent. Peace Frog, phenomenal suggestion. We'll get here on here. I don't know if this is going to be a wide enough setup for both of us. I'll have to like go like this in the corner. We'll figure it out. Tanya, the cookbook can be called Everything You Can Make with These 4 Condiments. Tanya, you are amazing. You're truly amazing. So we need to kind of set something up here. Marshall, Tanya, myself, maybe Stephanie. We'll get this cookbook going. Let's see here. Vinny, you could listen to the audio of a film and be happy. You'll be bored with a film with no audio or sound effects. It amuses the senses. So very true. And that's so very true. I've thought about that before, but totally forgot about that until you just brought that up. That's so true. And yet I think when you state it like that, sound and music are definitely more power than visualization, generally speaking. Do you agree with that? For everyone watching, what's more powerful to you? A song or a film with no audio? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Dabba dabba. Sexy. Thank you. The beard though, right? The beard thanks you. Marshall, you two make the best commercials and videos together. Hilarious, and the chemistry. Thank you very much. Thank you. Did you hear that, Steph?
What?
Marshall said, you two make the best commercials and videos together. Hilarious, and the chemistry.
Thanks.
Thank you. See, Steph? So quit trying to kick me out, man.
Oh my gosh.
Brian, I like it. Marshall, game on, Tanya. Whenever you're ready, Dan. Man, Tanya, where do you live again? What state? Because was it? It's towards the east, right? I could be way off. Tanya, fill me in. Fill me in. Let's see here. Let's see, 45. Dang! 45 minutes. Alrighty, so I'm gonna wait for this last answer from Tanya. I want to know what state she's from. I mean, I should know this already. Like, Tanya and I are like this. Dean, songs have the power. They can change the mood in a video to anything from building tension to adding excitement. So true. Michigan. So Tanya's from Michigan. I don't know why. I don't know if you told me that before. I mean, I think you may have. I apologize for forgetting if you had. But okay, Michigan, noted. Okay. All right, yeah, songs, they are definitely powerful, and they can definitely change the tone to anything. That's so very true. All right, so with today, I think that's going to conclude today's live video. Let's see, Vinny just chimed, I'm a musician first and grateful that I can sit down and write at any time. The video editing accompanies the music. Music has the power to change mood and feelings. You're absolutely right. Vinny, there's no question about that. So yeah, like I was doing, so this is going to conclude today's live feed. Super stoked to have you all here. And next week, it's going to be the Steph and Dan show. So have your pens and papers ready for anything that you want for us to cover. And also going into that, feel free to hit me up at Instagram. That's at dansbeard. I was going to say .com. My Instagram's at dansbeard, D-A-N-Z beard. You can drop me a DM. Actually, you know what? To keep it more everything in one place, my DMs are being crazy right now. I forget. I apologize to those of you that I haven't replied to your DMs because it's ridiculous right now. Shoot me an email with topics that you want or questions that you want to talk about on the live feed, and just shoot them to my email. It's dan@zigfitness.com. Again, that's dan@zigfitness.com. Shoot me your questions there and topics that you want to go over on next week's live feed with Steph and myself. So that'll be cool. And let's see. Vinny, Dean, you must have been reading my mind. Oh, yeah. Dean and Vinny are definitely on the same page. Tanya, can't wait for next week. Marshall, always a pleasure. Peace. Have a great day, everybody. Awesome, man. You guys are awesome. I love you all, and I'm super stoked for this community that we have together, and I can't wait to see you guys and ladies next week. Peace! We out.